Hello everyone and welcome to Relifted Cinema. For all my loyal fans out there who enjoy these retro movie reviews, today we're taking a fun look back at one of the most legendary comedy duos in cinema history. Terence Hill and Bud Spencer are beloved the world over for their hilarious slapstick buddy cop films of the 1970s and 80s. Released in 1983, Go-Fo, it is one of their more underappreciated gems that remains an absolute riot to watch. In this review, we'll discuss the simple yet very funny plot involving two bumbling policemen, Spencer's incredible stunt work and fighting skills, and Hill's rapid comedic timing. So sit back, relax and enjoy as we revisit Go For It and explore why it's worth rediscovering for lifelong fans and new viewers alike. I'm excited to share my thoughts, so let's get started.
Welcome everyone to another movie review here on Relifted Cinema. Today we're taking a look back at a hugely entertaining comedy from 1983 starring the legendary duo of Terence Hill and Bud Spencer. That's right, we're reviewing Check It Out. Now for those unfamiliar, Terence Hill and Bud Spencer made over 20 films together throughout the 1970s and 80s, capitalizing on their incredible comedic chemistry and tough guy personas. Check It Out finds them playing two bumbling police officers named Pick and Pissarro who have been assigned to protect an up-and-coming pop star named Rosie, played by the lovely Elmer Fudd beat singer Giselle. The plot is very simple. A criminal gang wants to kidnap Rosie for a ransom. But Pick and Pissarro are so inept that they cause more problems trying to protect her than the actual criminals. This of course leads to plenty of hilarious mistaken identities, slapstick fight scenes, and rapid-fire one-liners courtesy of Terence Hill's lightning-fast delivery. The real stars though are undoubtedly Terence Hill and Bud Spencer. As the ultimate buddy cop duo, they worked so seamlessly off each other, whether exchanging quips or engaging in over-the-top brawls. Bud's tough guy physique and stunt work were incredible to witness. He didn't rely on stunt doubles and really threw himself into fights with gusto. You have to appreciate the dedication to physical comedy. And Terence Hill was the perfect straight man and verbal sparring partner. His comedic timing and delivery for witty jokes and retorts were pitch perfect. The way he could skirt by trouble or talk their way out of situations with a smug grin was priceless. Together they brought so much heart, humor and charisma that made every scene hilarious. From a technical standpoint, Check It Out has held up remarkably well. Director Bruno Corbucci knew how to frame Spencer and Hill for maximum comedic effect. There are some great establishing shots of their hijinks throughout sunny Italy, and the musical numbers featuring Giselle were vibrantly shot and choreographed. The action set pieces were also highlight reel worthy. A memorable one involves Bud chasing down some bad guys through an amusement park. He battles them on a runaway Ferris wheel in what's still an awesomely staged comedic fight scene. All in all, Check It Out succeeds at being laugh-out-loud silly fun from start to finish. Even nearly 40 years later, Terence Hill and Bud Spencer's comedic chemistry remains utterly charming and rewatchable. It's the perfect lighthearted romp and a great reminder of why they remain fan favorites. So whether you're a diehard Spencer Hill buff or newcomer to their films, I highly recommend adding Check It Out to your playlist for guaranteed grins. It's comedy gold from two legendary actors at the top of their game. Thanks for watching everyone. We previously discussed the iconic comedy duo of Terence Hill and Bud Spencer in the lead roles of Pick and Pissarro. Let's dive deeper into their charming characters. Pick is the more cerebral of the two, often coming up with harebrained schemes to avoid work or get out of trouble. He relies on his quick wit and gift of gab to talk their way in and out of sticky situations. Meanwhile, Pissarro is the brawn to Pick's brains. While not the sharpest tool in the shed, he makes up for it with his immense strength and no-nonsense approach to fighting criminals. Together they form the perfect odd couple, with Pissarro unable to keep up with Pick's rapid mental plans and Pick constantly exasperated by Pissarro's stubborn brutishness. But deep down you can tell they genuinely care for each other like brothers. Their playful ribbing and banter feels authentic. The warm atmosphere and scenery of sunny Italy is also perfectly captured. From vibrant marketplaces to seaside towns, you can almost feel the Mediterranean breeze while watching. Scored with lively guitar music, it transports you straight to the 70s. Visually, director Corbucci frames Hill and Spencer against the idyllic backdrop for maximum laughs. Some of the wide shots highlighting their slapstick are reminiscent of Charlie Chaplin. And the bustling public locations add extra layers of humor as bystanders gawk at their antics. Let's also not forget the dazzling Giselle, who plays singing sensation Rosie. She lights up every scene with her charm and energetic musical performances. Her song Rosie is wonderfully catchy. Giselle adds just the right balance of fun, beauty and talent to reflect the carefree spirit of the film. In many ways, Check It Out feels like a sunny vacation from start to finish. The warmth of Italy, charm of the characters and silly escapades leave you with a smile the whole way through. It perfectly captured the spirit of 1970s buddy cop comedies. Go For It is a hilarious comedy starring the legendary duo of Terence Hill and Bud Spencer. We're introduced to their iconic characters right from the start. Roscoe is a carefree roller skating drifter who uses his quick wit to get out of sticky situations. Doug is an ex-con with a gruff exterior but a soft heart, relying on his giant fists to solve problems. The two meet in a diner where their brawling manages to scare off some rowdy rednecks picking a fight. Only Roscoe could think to avoid police trouble by pretending to ventriloquize their stolen truck. From there, their zany adventures really take off. Some strange mistaken identity sees them posing as international super spies Steinberg and Mason. Suddenly our bumbling friends find themselves holding bags of cash and jetting to Miami undercover. Of course, they bungle their way through every spy scenario as only Hill and Spencer can. I love how the director captures their comedic chemistry through over-the-top physical bits. My favorite has to be Bud battling an entire army of kung fu wielding cooks in the restaurant kitchen. Only he could take on that many foes with flying pans and come out intact. Miami provides a lively backdrop for their escapades, whether getting stranded at SeaWorld or chasing bikini-clad women on jet skis. As with all their films, Go For It doesn't take itself too seriously. The spy plot is nonsense but hilarious to watch unfold. They even manage to poke fun at American stereotypes seen through Italian eyes. Ultimately, it's just an excuse to watch these masters of comedy do what they do best: fight, mock each other, and generate belly laughs non-stop. Fans love Terence Hill and Bud Spencer for bringing pure joy, and Go For It delivers that in spades. Here are some key elements to analyze in the review to provide a well-rounded perspective. Potentials: comedic chemistry of Terence Hill and Bud Spencer. Their rapport and ability to bounce jokes/pratfalls off each other was gold. Action/stunt work. Bud's brawling and daring physical stunts are still jaw-dropping to watch. Very entertaining sequences. Visual comedy, slapstick bits were creatively shot for maximum laughs. Great use of locations, sense of fun/escapism. At its core, it's meant to be silly fun. In a world of high-stakes films, their comedies were lighthearted romps. Callback gags, running jokes/characters like the recurring SWAT team added rewatch value. Weaknesses: paper-thin plot. The nonsensical espionage storyline is forgotten for comedy bits. Won't win awards for depth. Pacing drags at times, meandering midsection with too many repetitive physical comedy scenes, cultural caricatures, some stereotypical portrayals of Americans seem dated now, reliance on formula. Later films followed a predictable pattern that got stale. Low budget limitations, production values/effects feel cheap compared to modern spy spoofs. To conclude the review positively, I would note that despite flaws, fans still watch for the legend's charm over substance. Reflecting on its time period context helps excuse shortcomings. Ultimately, analyzing both pros and cons provides balanced critique without unnecessarily nitpicking a fun throwback film.
Have fun, but don't forget to subscribe and like. Love you guys. See ya.